evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from the hardwood floor here at York High. It's Todd Edwards along with Stu Jones. Stu, you had to get through your fans here on your way down to the hardwood. But what a big night tonight. It's basketball time. I always kind of say that with the first game. It's football time earlier this year. Now it's basketball time as both teams in front of us, York High and Woodland Hills, are about set to take off here in the second matchup tonight.
Yeah, this is the Bearcat tournament. Kicked off earlier with the first teams that played, and now we're next up with Woodland Hills versus York High. This will be our first game of 12 games of our regular season, including the boys and girls championship game, York County championship game, that we didn't have last year because of COVID and
but we're going to have it this year. And the interesting thing about it, it won't be at York College this year. It'll be at the York School of Technology in York Township.
And the reason for that, York College did their court over, but they didn't put the high school three-point line there. So this game this year at the county championship will be played at York Vocational Technology School.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And tonight, York High comes in here with a rather young team. I had a chance to talk to head coach Clovis Gallen tonight, and he's excited. He likes the energy these youngsters bring. And there's a freshman on this team, Do you care to expound upon this freshman for York High tonight?
Oh, what freshman are you talking about?
Davion
Lindner. He's a really good player. His dad, Dave Lindner, is also a coach and a skills trainer, in the York County area. Davion is a really good player. He's a scorer. He can score on different levels. He played for Team Thrill, which is sponsored by Will Barton of the Denver Nuggets. So, he knows how to score. He's a freshman. They have a lot of confidence in him, so check him out tonight. And also, you have Amarian Newsom for York High, 6'7".
Malik Jenneret's brother. Remember, I know viewers that are tuned in, Malik Jenneret, no stranger to York High here with the football program, going to UConn, but that's his brother. Some players to keep an eye on. On Woodland Hills, they're led by number 24, Maury Pryor, a senior, 6'2" senior for Woodland Hills. And want to remind the fans that are tuned in, Woodland Hills, that same school produced a gentleman by the name of Rob Gronkowski, which I think you know about Rob Gronkowski, right?
I do, absolutely. Rob Gronkowski, a Super Bowl champion for the New England Patriots, also with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Plays along with the GOAT, Tom Brady, so, there's a lot of history going along with that school, Woodland Hills. As we're going to see tonight, as they go against a young Bearcat team. This is a team that, they have some key starters that left last year, which is Anton Beer Jr., Kelvin Matthews, and Samir DeShields.
But let's also focus in on Amaj Walker, who's known for this York Bearcats football team, but now he'll be on the hardwood tonight, and they're warming up right in front of us. We're about 11 minutes away from tip-off here in the second game. Earlier, you mentioned, a game was held. CD East beat Williamsport Millionaires. Yes, the Millionaires of Williamsport. There are 4 teams here, and what they are calling the Bearcat Basketball Classic, the 2021 version.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Todd, and both these teams want to get off to a good start. Woodland Hills and also York High. Last year is pretty much considered a down year for York High. They won 6-12 according to Max Preps. And for Woodland Hills, they were 1-10 last year according to Max Preps. So I know they both want to bounce back and then start this season off really good and to win this tournament, down here in York County.
No doubt about it. We want to also take the time to thank our sponsors. How about it? We have 3 sponsors tonight. Dean's Auto Plaza out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Also S3 Performance Training. And maybe you're watching in the comfort of your own home tonight, and maybe you want to place a call for some food. Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. How about it? Led by Denner Bonaquiste.
Absolutely, and also you can see our sponsors at our lower third of our screen. Their logo and their contact information will be there, so you can check that out. If you want to give them a call, as you said, Parma's Pizza, they deliver pretty much everywhere. Food's so great, make you scrape your plate. So that's their motto. And also, like I said, just get some details about Parma's Pizza. They're located at 476 East Main Street in Dallastown. Phone number is 717-755-2900.
You may be getting drowned out by the sound here, the music warming up the players here on the hardwood floor. You mentioned Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, Dean's Auto Plaza, located at 6851 York Road in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Check out their inventory on Facebook and online. York and Adams County's area's biggest car and truck dealer. Ask for Bruce.
And also S3 Performance Training. Looking to burn some calories or simply want to get in shape? Contact John Turpek or Ron Johnson at S3 Performance Training, located at 20 2810 East Prospect Road, York, Pennsylvania. They specialize in individual and group performance to help every athlete reach their maximum potential. S3 focuses on strength, speed, and stamina. You can contact them at 717-542-4247 or online at www.s3performancetraining.com.
Dude, I think it's a good time we make our way up to the broadcast booth. It may take a couple extra minutes for you to get up with your fan base here, but with the music kind of drowning out our voice, we're going to make our way up to the broadcast booth. We're about 9 minutes away from tip-off here at Bearcat Country in downtown York. We thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars. Grab your bottled water, get your popcorn ready, and maybe a little something from Parma's Pizza, and tune in to Sports Shooting Stars.
And as we told the fans, this is our first game of 12 regular season games this year, so Bearcat's going to tip off this tournament the right way. And also, this game will also be featured on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York. You can check that on TV, or if you want to go online, it's underneath White Rose Community Television, or just type in Sports Shooting Stars. Google that, it'll pop right up as well. And if you see this game on your live feed or your Facebook or something like that, go ahead and share it. Let people know that you're watching the game and support our program, Sports Shooting Stars.
And another thing, maybe someone's watching, maybe a business or company's watching tonight, and they're interested in sponsorship, reach out to Sports Shooting Stars, New Jones, Todd Edwards on social media, and we'll hook you up. You can be a sponsor for 1 game, 2 games, or the whole season right here with Sports Shooting Stars.
Yeah, absolutely. We got about 7.5 minutes to tip off. We're going to get ready. You guys get ready for a good game tonight. Want to cheer on York High versus Woodland Hills. Should be a great tip off, guys.
Okay, dude, let's make our way up to the broadcast booth. Welcome back, sports fans. It's Todd Edwards here. We made our way up to the broadcast booth. We're just seconds away from player introductions here at Bearcat Nation, along with the playing of our national anthem. And we thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars. Again, it's Todd Edwards, my broadcast partner, Dude Jones. Our first basketball game of the season. Tip-off we're just seconds away from tip-off here. Looking forward to the 2021-2022 schedule. As my broadcast partner mentioned earlier, we have about a 12-game schedule. We could add a few more, or maybe it could drop a few games, but we hope we add more games as the season progresses during Skull giving our network a little plug here, and here's the starting lineups for tonight's game. Woodland Hills.
And that's special right there. They have Davion Litter as a starter, as a freshman.
As a freshman, and I was told by Coach Clovis Gallen pregame, he's a player to watch. He's very special.
Yeah, absolutely. His dad, like I said, is a trainer, Dave Leiter. Sorry. You can check him out. He has his own facility, and he does a lot of training. So, Davion knows how to score, and you'll see that on display here tonight. And also number 12 for the Bearcats. That's Amarion Newsom. He's 6'5", but, man, he looks like he's like 6'7", 240 pounds looking at him from up here, man. And that's a lot of height and depth that, York usually doesn't always bring in the last couple of years, but now they have it back with a guy like Amarion. And can't forget about Josier Vega as well. He should be a player to watch tonight.
And Amaj Walker, another player to watch for a sophomore. We've known him on the football field for the Bearcats. But tonight it's all about basketball. Our opening contest tonight between York High and the Woodland Hills.
And also want to keep an eye on the other starter, Kamari Gonzalez, the 6-foot senior, number 5. And we're off, Todd. Here's the tip-off.
Tip-off is here, and we're underway, sports fans. So thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars. The Woodland Hills Wolverines moving left to right on the TV screen in their blue and black uniforms. Pretty snazzy looking. The Bearcats in their white jerseys. And there's the put in.
And that was a very nice play
by number 3, TJ Jenkins.
And York High sets up their offense.
Falls short there for Joels Tucker. And the Wolverines bringing the ball up court here.
And so far, it's going to be a fast-paced type of game. Rebound from Amarion Newsom.
And you mentioned Amarion Newsom, a big presence out there at 6'5", dude.
Absolutely. It's interesting how they're going to use him, because Woodland Hills also has some big guys on their team as well. Josier creating some space. One of the starters from last year, number 3, Josier Vega, setting up the offense, crossover, kicks out. And York High will retain possession. There's no shot clock at the high
Not at
school
this
level.
line.
So, they have time to set up their plays and, get what they want. I wish they kind of would implement a shot clock, to be honest with you. I think that'd be good. Good practice when they hit that college level. And it speeds up the game as well. And that's the freshman there, Davion Lindner.
Yeah, this is the player to keep an eye on. If Bearcat fan and basketball fan
Joshua
in the
Vega
area.
with a shake, kick out. And Amarian Nusa is he's a little bit raw, so he's going to take some time for him to get into the flow of the game. But he's going to be very effective for York High this year, number 12. As we said before, brother of Malik Jenneret, a York High legend in basketball and football. Went Division I at UConn.
Yeah, well, scored over 1,200 points for York High here on the hardwood floor, Malik Jenneret, but played football for UConn under Coach Randy Edsel at the time.
And right now the rim has been unkind to the York High Bearcats.
A bit of a lid on the net there for the Bearcats. And a turnover. Bearcats bringing the ball up court by Joels Tucker. Goes to the net.
And Joels Tucker with the and one.
Yes.
Joels Tucker,
the 5'11" sophomore.
5'11" sophomore. Got a chance to watch him a lot during the summer breaks, playing some summer league basketball. He's a guy you want to keep an eye on. He's a really good high IQ player. Joels Tucker, number 1 for York High, at the line, shooting 1. Short.
And a scramble for the ball. Bearcats with it, do.
And that's why they have Amarian Newsom for those rebounds there.
Well, a big presence at 6'5" and a turnover.
And that's a good steal.
The Woodland Hills with the put in.
That's a good
number
steal.
2, that's Chaz Cobbs for his first points. Number 2, junior point guard.
Here's the freshman point guard bringing the ball up the court, setting up the offense. That's an errant
pass. Another steal with it, Chaz Cobbs to give the number 5, Deontay Williams, ball out of bounds. Wolverines possession here, do.
And that's good defense from the York High Bearcats to stop that fast break.
And a 3-point shot. Oh, gets stuck on the rim. Put up by Chaz Cobb. Woodland Hills from the Pittsburgh area.
Took a little travel to get down here,
No
about
doubt.
3.5, 4-hour travel.
A famous alum from Woodlawn Hills, Rob Gronkowski, attended that school a few years ago, now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The 3-time Super Bowl champion, I believe. I know he has 2 in New England.
And 1 with Tampa Bay. And a rebound by Deontay Williams as he brings the ball up court to kick out. And a steal due by Joels Tucker, 1-on-1. It looks as if stepped out of bounds.
And that was a great steal from Joels Tucker. And that's also good
out.
hustle play from Joshua Vega to try to make something happen. Right now the score is just 4-2.
4-2 right now. Woodland Hills with a 2-point lead and another turnover due for Woodland
Davion
Hills.
Lillard. And that's a shot he can make.
The scramble for the ball.
And it's been a back and forth affair. It's been fast so far, Todd.
You're right, it's been an up-tempo style offense so far from both teams with under 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and playing up-tempo is to York High's favor.
And that one into big shot there by Chaz Cobbs.
And Chaz Cobbs so far has been very effective for the Woodland Hills Ball Club.
Chaz Cobb leads his team with 4 points. TJ Jenkins with 2.
He's on a break.
And the put in.
That's really, really bad defense from York High. It is time for a timeout.
Called by Coach Clovis Gallen.
Really bad defense from York High as far as in transitional defense, not getting back and being aggressive. You always want to stop the ball when on a fast break, and right there, York High just pretty much watched watch the other team score a layup.
And right now, a comfortable lead right now for Woodland Hills, 8-2 with 4:07 to go. We would like to thank the fans for tuning in this Friday night in the comfort of your own home. Maybe you have your bottled water, popcorn, or maybe some food from our sponsor, Parma Pizza in Dallastown, and we thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here on the hardwood next week, right? The Central York Panthers invade Bearcat Nation here.
Yeah, that's Central York versus York High Bearcats, which is always a good matchup between those two teams, on the football level or the basketball level. So that should be a game that I know a lot of fans want to see, and we're playing that game next week.
As they say, we bring the game to you. We're going to do that next Friday. A busy broadcast week. I believe we'll have 2 games next weekend, Friday and Saturday night, as we kind of move into the holiday season.
Absolutely, we're going to be busy so far this basketball season, not taking any breaks off.
Maybe for the Christmas and New Year, but we'll be back. And we're back here with action under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Amaj Walker now in for the Bearcats, number 2.
Josir Vega right there with the drive is blocked by number 10 of
that
Woodland Hills.
That would be Shanier Pinkney, 6'2" guard junior for Woodland Hills.
Josir Vega open.
And a big 3.
Knocks down the 3.
Big time 3.
And that's just what York High needed to keep them competitive in this game.
Pulls York High within 3 right now. 8-5 Woodland Hills with just over 3.5 minutes to go. In the opening quarter from Bearcat Country in downtown York, Pennsylvania.
And right now the Bearcats are in a 2-3 zone against Woodland Hills.
Forcing them essentially to shoot from the perimeter,
And that's that swing pass.
And there's a 3-point attempt in.
They got the shooter's roll and it bounced in.
By Shanier Pinkney. And his first points in tonight's contest.
But it looks like that's what York High wants. They want them to shoot that outside jumper. And it's getting a little chippy out there between Joel Tucker and somebody lost a shoe. I think that's Joel Tucker lost a shoe just now. As you see him picking his shoe back up.
Quickly puts it back on there.
And it's getting a little scrappy out there. And Joel Tucker wants the one-on-one right now. He wants to show he can get around him.
Deontay Williams, you're seeing that matchup number 5 for Woodland Hills.
And I don't know if the fans can see it between the matchup between Joel's Tucker.
And number 5, that's Deontay Williams.
They're going at it back and forth. It looks like Joel Tucker wants that one-on-one matchup.
Monford White coming in, 6'4" Bearcat, number 55. As number 12 checks out for a breather, that's Omarion Newsom.
Yeah,
but in his place, Monford White, a 6'4".
Wide body and a crowd favorite.
No doubt about it. Hey. Quite the presence out there on the hardwood floor. But are you aware if does he play football here for York High?
I'm not 100% aware of that. I don't remember calling his name during the regular season of football, but with him only being a sophomore, he may not have hit that varsity level as of yet. He comes in the game and gives Omarion Newsom a break.
A little bit of a breather.
And he's a big man in the middle there.
Drop off there in the paint. And a 3-point attempt by Woodland Hills.
And that's an air ball. Monford White with the outlet to Josir Vega.
Robinson with a missed 3. York High with the possession. Giles Tucker for a 3-point attempt, misses. Woodland Hills 11, York High 5, dude. Go ahead.
And right now, York High has to find some rhythm. Right now, you don't know who the leader is out there on the York High squad. They're trying to find something. Amaj Walker didn't get a chance to get any shots up as of yet. It's still early in the first quarter, but you want to see them run their offense and see, if they can get some productivity out of their offense. I got to also commend Woodland Hills. I really like their uniforms, man. That turquoise and black is a really nice look.
We don't see that in our county too often.
That's a funky color. I like it.
Yep.
Nice move. Short. Joel Tucker had the ball for a second.
And the put in by number 12, that's Delrius Robinson.
And that was an
His
athletic
first
move
points.
from Mr. Robinson. And now you're starting to see some one-on-one ball going on with York High. You don't want to have that. That's not the tempo you want to set in the first quarter. And that could have been a foul call there. It wasn't. Outlet pass. Stolen. And an alley-oop.
Oh, and comes up short on the alley-oop deal.
And that's what they call a backbreaker.
Yeah.
That's what they call a backbreaker. But I like the aggressiveness. I like the fact that, their guys can go up and catch a, alley-oop, and, they're trying to, make a statement in his first game, in the second game of this tournament.
First game earlier, CD East defeated Williamsport.
We've got to let fans
and I was
know
told
also.
tomorrow there's going to be 2 games tomorrow right here at Bearcat Nation if you want to make your way out tomorrow and tomorrow night catch some basketball action in downtown York.
And there's a couple of games going on. Well, pretty much the whole YAIAA kicked off. Well, pretty much tipped off tonight, Friday night. I know Dallastown is playing.
At York Suburban.
York Suburban,
tonight.
yeah, against York Suburban. A lot of teams that we're going to be featuring this year are playing tonight. So it should be really interesting. Maybe during halftime, you can get some halftime updates of, some scores around the league.
Yeah, and our schedule, I think, is pretty comprehensive this year, I think we came out with a selection of games that we haven't focused on 1 or 2 teams, but we're going to be going around the YAIAA and featuring a lot of various teams, whether it's Northeastern, we've mentioned Central, we've mentioned Dallastown, York Suburban, York High will be featured. Full slate of games. Want to remind our fans that are tuned in tonight to follow us on Facebook or Instagram, Sports Shooting Stars, as we're back here in. Big shot made by number 10, Chenier Pinckney.
It's really coming down to that zone.
Another 3 for Chenier.
And Woodland Hills really breaking down that zone and knocked down some big shots. And right there, Josier Vega, with the questionable pass, you can't stare down your player. You want to make a move, go ahead and make the move.
And you're probably going to see this with a young team, as is York High. A lot of youngsters on this team. Only have some seniors. But as I spoke to the coach earlier, it's a young team, a feisty team. They're ready to take on Woodland Hills tonight.
Yeah, we'd like to see York High set up their offense. I haven't seen them set up their offense really so far in this first half. It'd be really interesting to see them set it up. It's been a lot of back and forth. And that's a clear foul.
Cruz McMillan making his presence felt out there by Woodland Hills and on the foul.
Right now, York High has the ball out, taking the ball as Amaj Walker, setting up a play. Like to see Davion Litter get the ball here. And I got to also mention that Woodland Hills, their coach is very animated. I don't know if the fans can see that here. I mean, he's up and down the sideline, and he's yelling. He has a towel with him. He's coaching every part of the game.
With the towel, kind of reminds me of Bobby Knight. Remember Bobby Knight from a few years ago?
Or what's my man's name from UNLV? Tarkanian.
Jerry Tarkanian.
Jerry
Tark
Tarkanian.
the Shark.
And that play right there is going to send Josier Vega to the line. One of York High's scorers, also returning starter from last year. So far in this first half, Josier Vega has been playing pretty fast. I like to see him slow down the ball a little bit. Don't dribble as soon as you get the ball. See what's going on, jab step, use your skill set so you can get your shot up. He has a nice mid-range jumper, and he's one of those guys that's going to probably be the leading scorer for York High this year.
And a steal there on the play there.
And this would be a nice way York High can end the first quarter if they can get a score here with 12 seconds to go.
And it looks as if they're content to hold it here for the final shot of the first quarter. Down by 11 right now. York High in need of some points. 2 seconds remain, Gonna throw it up. off the backboard there by T.J. Jenkins. And we've arrived at the end of the first quarter with your score. Woodland Hills 16, York High 5.
Yeah, York High couldn't get any offense going in the first quarter, and I think that's primarily due to the fact that they didn't really set up their offense. You know, I like to see their offense. They did a lot of one-on-one ball, which York High sometimes has a tendency to do the one-on-one, which, you know, 50% of the time can be very beneficial to them. But so far in this game, it has not been beneficial. So they need to slow it down and set up their offense. But it's a four-quarter game. You know, it's just the first quarter to getting their feels in, getting a little bit of, you know, testing each other out. And, you know, I expect, you know, the second quarter, York High to come out more aggressive, have some more points on the offensive end. They've gotten to the bucket pretty easy, but they haven't had a chance to score, you know.
A lot of missed shots.
A lot of missed layups and shots, yeah. And they got to play better defense. You know, that's always the name of the game and the key to the game is playing good defense. And right now, York High is not playing good defense and playing that York High type of basketball.
And you mentioned Woodland Hills head coach Eugene Wilson makes his presence felt down there.
He definitely does. He's like one of the players, man. He's hyped up. He's excited. He's engaged. I like that type of intensity, you know, from coaches. As long as it's positive and productive, you know, and the kids respond to it, then it's always good. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors that you can see at the bottom of our screen. That's S3 Performance Training, Dean's Auto Plaza, and also Parma Pizza of Dallastown. All know the owners personally. That's Bruce Wahlberg of Dean's Auto, Darren Bonaquista of Parma's Pizza, and S3 Performance Training, Ron Johnson, and also John Turpak. And it looks like York High is coming out more intense on defense, and that's what they needed. That's what they needed to get back into this game.
And a scramble for the ball due. Still. The ball was alive. Called a traveling call there. And I think Amari and Newsom wasn't quite sure. Had the ball there in the forward for York High.
And Amari Newsom's only a junior, but he's 6'5", and as I said before, he's a little bit raw, so he's going to figure a lot of things out this year, but he's definitely a project worth taking on.
And the put in there.
That was scary there, because that could have almost been a dunk.
Delrius Robinson with 4 points in tonight's game.
And Amaj Walker,
his first
number 2
points
for York High with his first shot.
Number 2 with 2 tonight, with 7:12 to go.
That's his first shot of the night. He didn't take any shots in the first quarter. I'd like to see a lot more from Amaj Walker, number 2 for York High. And right now, York High needs some stops. They haven't been able to stop Woodland at all on offense.
No,
I like the fact that York High is out of the zone, and now they're in man.
And a steal
and
there.
They're off.
Off and running York High with the put in there by Joel Tucker.
And that's an assist by Jasier Vega. And now York High is starting to have some life.
And bringing some of this fan base on their feet here as well. A nice crowd settled in here tonight due for the 2021 Bearcat Basketball Classic.
Yeah, definitely love to see the fans back into the stands.
Something that was missing last year, if you
absolutely.
recall. And the fans tend to bring a certain amount of energy, whether it's a football or in this case tonight,
and check it.
Opening contest here with basketball. And another steal there by York High.
And that was a good steal from Amaj Walker, but he wants to get the ball up a little bit faster to give his guys the opportunity to score. Sometimes taking that extra dribble can really slow down the offense, and you know, guys can, you know, catch up with you, and it can be a turnover. You got to get that ball in, and that's a 5-second.
5-second, good, yes.
And it was borderline. He has to get that ball in. York High has to do a better job setting screens on the inbounds plays. York High is set up in somewhat of a trap, a half-court trap.
Woodland Hills beats it to the net. Number 4
That's a big block for Mario
Austin
Newsom.
Wells.
And they're out there running.
And the
Good
foot
patience.
in by Omarion Newsom to
Very
his
good
first
patience
points tonight. York High now dished down by 7 with over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Oh, and Omarion Newsom said, "Not in my house tonight."
Mario Newsom starting to feed off the crowd. Like I said again, they haven't had a big body like that at York High in quite a while. So, you know, he's bringing that presence. If you come into the middle, he's going to try to swat everything coming. And so far, he's been doing a great job with that.
And 6'5" junior for York High brings this Bearcat faithful to its feet. I'm sure some of the viewers can hear the Bearcat fans here making their presence felt this Friday night, too.
Absolutely. It's hard, very, very hard to play here, especially when the fans get involved. That's a floater off. York High's running.
Joels Tucker with the ball.
And that's a block call, and that's a generous block call because that looked, from my angle, looked like a charge.
Yes, 5:49 to go.
But that's the push that York High wants. Right now, they're on a 4-0 run. It's not much, but it's something. And right now, you know, if they can score another 2 points, that's 6-0 run.
It's going to send Joels Tucker to the free throw line. He has 4 points tonight's game. Make it 5 for Tucker. Leads all scorers for York High right now, Joels Tucker.
Checking back in the game is Davion Leonard. And ever since York High got out of that zone, they've been way aggressive on the offensive end. That's another block.
A big-time block by Omarion Newsom. And he certainly has seemed to have found his niche down there in the paint, too.
Yeah, he's blocking everything that's coming. But York High in transition, they're taking too many dribbles. Pass the ball up in transition and get your guys involved. Too many dribbles can really slow them down. Right now, that's been their Achilles heel so far in the first half.
Jasir Vega with the ball, setting up the Bearcat offense. He goes for 3. Vega makes it. Big-time 3 by Jasir Vega.
And that's a big-time 3. And that
6 points for Vega tonight so far.
And he has 2 threes so far in this game. And that's a 4th block for Omarion Newsom. Davion Leonard goes to the bucket, and he's fouled.
And a foul called. Looks like on number 12, Delrius Robinson.
And this is what they call a block party. Everybody, I mean, Omarion Newsom's right now, you know, unofficially has 4 blocks. Anybody that's coming in there, he's just swatting it.
5:10 to go here, York High within 3. At one point down by 7. They're creeping back into this game.
And Davion, he's looking for his first varsity points. That's the freshman, number 15 at the line.
The lone freshman.
Has an uncle, Colin Smith Jr., that played for York High as well, 1,000-point scorer.
He's
his
on that
name's
board
up here in the Raptors as well. Also took York High to the 2011 district championship.
Team's trying to set their team out here on the court, right now. 5:09 to go. Everything seems set now.
And as I said, ever since York High got out of that zone, they've been very aggressive and ready to play. And Omarion Newsom is really making guys change up their shot in the paint there.
Another foul on the play here with 4:49 to go,
And right now, York High's getting a lot of steals. That's their game, transition and getting steals. So right now, if they continue to get those steals, they can take over the lead and have control of this game. Amaj Walker at the line shooting 2. I thought that was 2 shots, Todd.
I thought so too. And
missing something? It was a 1-and-1? Okay, it was a 1-and-1. Thought that was a shooting foul, but it was called on the floor.
And a trap set up there. And a 3-point shot off the rim. York High's possession. And a steal there. And a race for the ball due. And the easy put in there for number 3, T.J. Jenkins.
And right now, that press from Woodland Hills is giving York High some fits as well.
Amaj Walker with the ball.
Amaj Walker doing some globetrotter dribbling. Jacier Vega behind the back.
And the
big time play. He's a crafty scorer, and he showed just what he's about right there.
8 points for Vega tonight, leads all scorers.
And that gives York High the ball back. That's an over the back call. Called against number 2. I'm sorry, number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is T.J. Jenkins. A timeout call by Woodland Hills. .353 to go here in the second quarter. Woodland Hills with a 3-point lead, 20-17 over York High. Still plenty of time here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. York High's right in this. They're, they're playing at home, which is to their advantage. Now they picked up in man-to-man, and I think they like that man-to-man. They have a lot of steals off of that. They've been running transition very well, but they're not passing the ball up sometimes in transition. I think that's going to be kind of hurting them a little bit. But I know Coach Clovis Scallon is going to talk to his players about that.
Well, right now I think he's yelling at his players there on the sideline, giving instruction to them during the timeout. But York High right in this game came down at one point by 7. They're within 3 right now here.
And Jacier Vega took a little while heating up, but now he hit 2 threes so far. Just did a behind the back move. Got to the bucket for another 2 points. So right now he has 8 points. He's one of those guys. He's kind of his speed kind of like doesn't look like he's fast, but he's ball quick. He can do a lot of things with the ball really fast. So he's showing that tonight. That's definitely on display. Keep an eye for number 3 for York High, Jacier Vega.
Jacier Vega right now with 8 points leads all York High scorers. And looking at Woodland Hills right now, Chaz Cobbs and Chenier Pickney both with 6 points in tonight's game. Number 2, Amaj Walker at the free throw line.
And York High doesn't have a very, very deep bench. They only go about 7 deep so far in this game.
Walker makes his first of 2 shots here, gives him 3 points in tonight's game. Pulls York High within 2 right now. 20-18, Woodland Hills.
Short on the second. And right there with Amari and Newsom in the paint, it makes players think twice before they go up.
Foul on number 12, Amari and Newsom, his second in tonight's game.
Don't want Amari to get in foul trouble. He's a big presence in the middle.
Doubt.
So, he has to stay on his feet sometimes. He's long enough. All he has to really do is put his hands in the air.
Chenier Pickney at the free throw line. Misses his first shot. He'll have another opportunity here. The free throw line. Chenier with 6 points. 3:37 to go here in the second quarter. From Bearcat Nation in downtown York, Pennsylvania, you're watching York High host Woodland Hills. In our opening game here in Sports Shooting Stars, Todd Edwards, Dude Jones, and York High with the ball, bringing the ball up court. Vega looking to set up the offense here for the Bearcats. The give to Joels Tucker. Davion Langner misses his three-point attempt. Woodland Hills with the ball to the net. And a foul. Foul on Joels Tucker, his second tonight's game. Going to send number 3, T.J. Jenkins, to the free throw line for the Wolverines. The Wolverines versus the Bearcats. Woodland Hills 21, York High 18. T.J. Jenkins ready for a second shot here, the free throw line. Foul called. Davion Leiter at the free throw line. Makes it, makes his first shot. And his first point for Davion. Davion 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Pulls York High within 1 right now. Woodland Hills 21, York High 20, 3:03 to go. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Parma's Pizza of Dallastown, Dean's Auto Plaza, and S3 Performance Training in York. All sponsors for tonight's first telecast of the 21-22 basketball season. Vega under the net, trying to will his way in there. The bucket, but Woodland Hills with the possession. Going to set up their offense, slow the pace down here a little bit. The drive to the bucket. Nice bucket there by the freshman. 4 points for Davion, the freshman, the lone freshman for York High, making his presence felt here on the hardwood tonight. Sends number 4 to the free throw line, Austin Wells, a junior for the Wolverines. York High with a 1-point lead. First lead in tonight's game, 22-21. It's going to send Kamari Gonzalez to the free throw line. 1:54 to go. In and out of the bucket there for Kamari Gonzalez. Kamari looking for his first point in tonight's game. Stepped out of bounds. And a foul called on the play. Samuel Febreze with his first foul sends number 1 to the free throw line. Micah Jones, a junior guard for Woodland Hills. And ties things up here with 1:47 to go. 22-22.
This game is all knotted up. York High's playing with a lot of pride right now.
The kind of game we like to. How about broadcasting?
Absolutely.
A nice close contest. And it gives Woodland Hills a 1-point lead right now with 1:40 to go. 23-20.
Number 2, Chase Cobb to the bucket, short. Rebound by Jasir Vega, he pushes.
Vega pushes the ball up court.
Kicks out. Davion Littner with the ball. Man, Coach Gallen was yelling timeout for a while there. And, you know, he called a timeout for Jasir actually made that play.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right, dude, on the timeout calls.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it looks like they did give him that timeout. Yeah, they gave him that. Well, yeah, they gave him the points. From here, he was calling timeout the whole time.
Yeah,
no, they didn't give him the points. I don't know what happened just there. I think it may have been a 3-second call. Not sure what happened right there. Tough shot.
And it goes in.
Gets the friendly roll.
For Delrius Robinson.
And that's their high flyer, big-time dunker. He already went up for alley-oop earlier in this game, but didn't make it. Miles Walker takes it.
And a 3-point lead for Woodland Hills, 25-22.
Only 34 seconds left in this first half.
Sends Amaj Walker to the free throw line. You like free throw shots? You're seeing a lot of one.
Yeah, tonight's game. A lot of fouls being called back and forth, and that's what you get between two athletic teams that like to run up and down the court. You're going to see a lot of, tic-tac fouls. You're going to see a lot of collisions and things like that. So that right now, these teams match up very well with each other. So far, the impact player in this first half has to be Amarian Newson. He has 4 blocks so far, and I believe 4 points.
And the put in there by Amaj Walker gives Amaj 4 points tonight.
And that's off the foot of number 5 for Woodland Hills.
Deontay Williams.
And right now you have some Williamsport
coaching staff
that's doing a little bit of scouting right now between both these teams. They're watching them and seeing who they're effective players are.
Well, and to see who they're going to be playing tomorrow. How about it, dude?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Full court pass. Slows it
And
down.
right now, 8 seconds remaining and counting, dude.
5 seconds. That's a nice shot. Short.
Did not get it off. And your score at halftime, Woodland Hills 25, York High 23. In a close contest so far, dude.
Yeah, close contest. I think in the first half, York High was down by around 8 to 10 points, and they battled back. They got out that zone, began to play one-on-one. Man-to-man defense, and has really been beneficial to York High so far.
But we still have a second half to go. It should be an entertaining. Now, as the first half, it should be an entertaining second half. Don't go anywhere, fans that are tuned in to Sports Shooting Stars, watching in their comfort of their own home. And we thank them for tuning into tonight's broadcast, our opening contest tonight, dude.
Yeah.
And what a matchup.
Yeah, and both ball clubs, I believe they're well coached from both ball clubs, and there's going to be some adjustments in the second half. I think they match up very well, so it's going to come down to defense and who can stop each other on defense. Right now, it's a tightly contested game. I really like the the animation and the excitement coming from the coach from Woodland Hills.
That's Eugene Wilson.
Eugene Wilson. I mean, he's hyped up. He has his players engaged, so it's been really interesting. And Coach Gallen does the same thing for his players, so they have a lot of similarities.
Coach Gallen, a great role model for his team here at York High, and has done it for many years here, Bearcat Nation. And speaking of that, well, let's go over the point leaders right now. For York High, Jasir Vega with 8 points right now leads all York High scores, followed by Joels Tucker with 5 points. We look at Woodland Hills, the Wolverines. Well, they have some scorers there. Shanier Pickney with 6 points, along with Chaz Cobbs. Both have 6 points. And let's not forget Del Rios Robinson. He has 6 points. So some big contributions from 3 players there for Woodland Hills. And as fans here stretch their legs out, visit the concession stands, and want to remind our fans we're going to be back here at Bearcat Nation next Friday as the Central York Panthers invade here to take on the York High Bearcats.
Yeah. Should be a really good matchup between York High and Central York. Every year they battle it out. We get a lot of views for those games. This year, Central York is losing some key players, as we said before. Nolan Hubbs he made first team last year.
But Jacoby Baker comes back. Greg Gittinger, which we've called, remember, he was a freshman last year for Central, who comes back as a sophomore and is a presence there at 6'7" for Central York.
Yeah, absolutely. So Central York is coming back. Losing a few starters from last year, some key players, like I said, Nolan Hubbs, also Karan Brown, averaged 16 points last year for the Panthers. So they're going to have to find some guys, to fill that role. And I believe Coach Hoke, he has a nice system. He's going to have some guys to step up, and it should be very interesting. And between York High and Central, it's always a good matchup.
Well, it's a rivalry game, as you said, and we're going to have it next week. And then, of course, a week from tomorrow, Saturday, Northeastern and Manheim Township do. We're going to have a doubleheader of sorts next Friday and Saturday with Sports Shooting Stars.
Yeah, we can kind of go over our schedule right now so the fans can see. They can look at our schedule on Sports Shooting Stars Facebook page. But as you said, Northeastern versus Manheim Township, December 18th. We also have Central York versus Northeastern.
The backyard brawl after the holidays, January 4th.
Then we have York Suburban versus Susquehanna. It has Susquehanna on there, but it's Susquehanna.
Susquehanna, the Warriors.
And York High versus Coatesville.
Coates, big battle there. How about it, dude? And then this one, January 9th, Columbia versus Executive Education.
Yep, a charter school out of Allentown. I know the coach for Columbia, Kerry Glover, wanted that game. He wanted to see where his guys would match up at, and that's going to be a really big game. That charter school, Executive Education, is a big school, and have a lot of good players that come out of there.
Also, let's not forget Dallastown and Spring Grove, January 14th.
And also, we're going to do round 2 of York High versus Central York, the rivalry game. And again, we want to tell fans, all games are subject to change.
It's a tentative schedule.
It's a tentative schedule. We're going to have a couple girls' games on there as well this year. We're going to try to get Central York, Spring Grove, Dallastown games. So, these games are pretty much tentative.
York Suburban, West York.
That's another
big battle
rivalry.
Division II. Also, Northeastern and Shippensburg. We kind of had that game marked, and Shippensburg has Anthony Smith, a commit that's playing football that will be going to the University of Minnesota. He also plays basketball there, a player to keep an eye on. And Dallastown and Carlisle. If some of our sports fans may be tuned in Carlisle, you think back to the days of Billy Owens. Well, he's not there anymore, but Dallastown will play host to the Carlisle, the Thundering Herd, on February 8th.
Yeah, Carlisle's a big time. Billy Owens was a big time player.
We've talked lots of times about Billy Owens and the contributions he made to Carlisle, and he certainly was a presence there for Carlisle with Jeff Lebo. Fans, we're going to take a brief break in the action, and we'll be back here momentarily with more Sports Shooting Stars from downtown York. We're on YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube. Yep.
Always do like all York or like
We mostly are out of York. We've gone up to the Mid Penn, Lancaster, but we're predominantly here in York.
say one more time?
We're predominantly
No, I'm saying it's like what's the link?
Sports Shooting Stars.
Shooting
Yeah, Sports Shooting Stars on our YouTube page.
Sports
You want to take a picture of that? That way.
I don't have my phone.
Oh, okay.
Well, welcome back, sports fans. Todd Edwards here. We're about, seconds away from the start of the third period. Woodland Hills has a 2-point lead, 25-23. York High will be moving now left to right on your TV screen. Woodland Hills will be moving from right to left. And we're underway here. And thank you for staying with us with Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you this Friday night. The feed to the big man, Marion Newsom in the paint.
Oh, and a steal and the put in there by Jasir Vega.
Hits double digits, Vega, with 10 points tonight and leads all scorers in tonight's game. Clearly would have to be considered a front runner for player of the game at this point, but still plenty of time to go here. It's a foul called in the play. Sends number 5, Deontay Williams, to the free throw line. Deontay still looking for his first point in tonight's game. And makes it. Two for two from the free throw line there for Deontay Williams.
And that's a nice bucket from York High.
And gives Kamari Gonzalez his first points in tonight's game.
Kamari Gonzalez is a starter for York High. The game right now is knotted up 27-27. Kamari with another rebound. Joel Tucker with the push. Good pass.
And they give to the big man, Newsom, with 4 points.
And Martin Newsom, man, he's that project. He's that guy that you want to keep working on. He has size, and he goes for it. And he's keeping a lot of the Woodland's players out of the paint.
And a scramble for the ball there between the big guys.
And having a big man like Amarian Newsom in the middle makes you want to readjust your shot and makes you think twice when you get to the bucket. He comes in to the second half already having 4 blocks. I believe 4 blocks and 6 points.
6 points. Yeah, that's a mouthful. How about it, dude?
Yes. He's definitely a factor in that middle. You wonder about his conditioning, because I know Coach Gallen wants to keep him in the game as long as he can, especially when the game is close. Right there, he makes a guy kick the ball out. As we just said, long as he's patrolling the middle, they're going to be. Joel's with the push.
Steps out of bounds there.
Yeah. Not the best pass for Amarian to catch, but good push. And Joel's is only a sophomore, number 1 for York High. He's going to figure that out.
Right now, York High with a 2-point lead, 29-27. And what I would say is a low-scoring game tonight.
Yeah, it's a defensive game.
Yes.
They're both pressing. A lot of turnovers because of the press.
A lot of turnovers, and for both, they had a lot of missed shots. But it makes for an entertaining game here with 6:11 to go. York High's possession.
Looks like Amaj Walker is checking back into the game. Joel Tucker with the ball, kicks out to Davion Leitner. Miles Walker. That's good defense for number 24 for Woodland Hills. He's all over Miles.
Maury Pryor, one of the
He's all
star
over him.
players for Woodland Hills. Number 24, Maury Pryor. No points in tonight's contest yet.
Right there, he stuffed Maj up again and caused somewhat of a turnover. Great job getting on the floor for number 5 for your kind, Kamari Gonzalez.
Thank our sponsor for tonight's game, Dean's Auto Plaza, S3 Performance Training, and Parma's Pizza of Dallastown. Your 3 sponsors tonight. We strongly suggest you support our sponsors as they support Sports Shooting Stars.
And you can see their contact information below on the lower third. And Joel Tucker, he wanted a foul on that 3-point play right there, but he didn't get the foul call. Hit the deck. Nice on-ball defense from number 24 for Woodland Hills. I mean,
that's Maury Pryor.
And that's an illegal screen call against Amarian Newsom. That's going to bring him out the game. I believe he has 3 fouls. That was one of them NBA big boy screens, man. He put his hip out a little bit and pretty much floored number 24. But I'm going to give a lot of credit for number 24 for Woodland Hills.
Maury Pryor,
Maury Pryor
his name.
Has really good defense, really scrappy, plays chest-to-chest defense, and he took that big-time hit from the 6'5", Amarian Newsom. Want to give a quick shout-out to all the fans that came out here tonight at York High Stadium. I mean, York High basketball court. Nice crowd tonight. This is the Bearcat Den.
Yes,
you know, it's hard to play here, but, you know, always love to see the fans come out and support the team.
Well, and this is the first year for that after last year with the COVID. And hopefully as we kind of make our way out of that, we'll see more and more fans at the games throughout the season.
And there's a brief halt to the game because of there's some water on the court. And they're letting the ball roll up to the court so the time does not start. Right now, York High is in the lead.
With the ball, Chaz Cobbs for Woodland
And Chaz
Hills.
Cobbs had a great first half for Woodland Hills. And that's a nice play.
With the put in there, Deontay Williams.
And Deontay Williams is only 5'11". That's generous, 5'11", because from this advantage point, it looks around 5'10", 5'9".
Deontay Williams with 4 points in tonight's game.
See a lot of York High's alumni here tonight. Anton Beard Jr., Samir DeShields, some guys that played on the team in previous years for York High. And that's a good knockdown shot.
Deontay Williams.
From Deontay Williams.
Number 5 with 5 points for Woodland Hills and a steal.
And Kamari Gonzalez has to be way more aggressive on offense. Scrappy play right there from Amaj Walker. He pushes. Amaj would have been better taking it to himself that time. And Joel Tucker does a great job, number 1 for York High, getting to the line. He doesn't mind catching contact, and finishing the play. So he's doing a great job getting to the line for York High. And they're going to need that in tight games to stop the clock and get an opportunity to shoot some free throws and, put the team up by a few points.
That was Maury Pryor with his first foul. It's going to send Joel Tucker to the free throw line.
And that's a big-time swap going on right now for Woodland Hills and bringing 4 new players. I think they're going back to their original starting lineup right now, Todd.
Well, we're knotted up here 30-30 with Joels Tucker. Another opportunity here at the free throw line. That's 7 points for Joels Tucker.
And your guy's back in that 2-3 zone. They're daring Woodland Hills
in tonight's game
to shoot the jumper. That's a big-time move, big-time play for number 12.
Darius Robinson.
Darius Robinson.
8 points for Robinson.
And that's a nice mid-range pull-up jump shot from Joels Tucker.
9 points for Tucker.
And he's staying aggressive. I'd like to see aggressiveness on offense. This is a tight game. You got to keep your foot on the pedal. Your guy's in that zone. And number 12, Delarius Robinson for Woodland Hills is getting busy on the boards.
Yeah.
He's a very aggressive ball player. They got him listed at
6'4".
6'4". The 6'4" senior.
Yeah, it's the 2021 Bearcat Classic tonight taking place here at York High. CD East and Williamsport played earlier with CD East winning, and tonight you're watching Woodland Hills at York High. Tomorrow there'll be 2 games here held at York High, so for fans that may want to come out and check things out.
Right now, Woodland Hills is in a full court press. They're going to make York High work for to get the ball across the half-court line. Samuel gets past.
And a reminder for fans, Darius Robinson with 10 points.
And that's Davion Littner with a nice score right down the bucket. Puts York High up by 1 point.
And the put in there by number 11, Cruz McMillan, his first points tonight.
And this is a back and forth, scrappy affair. I mean, guys just getting to the bucket with ease. Another one. Looks like Davion's starting to wake up. And that's number 15. That's the freshman for York High.
6 points. Davion with 6 points tonight.
Davion was one of those players who was ranked as a younger player in the 3rd, 4th grade range. He went to a lot of AAU camps. He knows how to score. Samuel with the push. And Kamari Gonzalez got called for, it's kind of like goaltending, yeah, like interference of the ball, of the rims, a goaltending call. I didn't think he could get up that high, but obviously he can. Now I'm sitting here looking at his calf muscles. He looks pretty stout. I think he can get up there with ease. That was a nice aggressive play from Kamari. That's one of those plays where a referee can call the play, a goaltend, or just let it go. And I think he went for the goaltend. Right now, this
possession here.
Right now,
down by 1, Dew.
This basketball, York High is hyped up. And it's getting really loud in here right now, Todd.
Yes, it is.
And York High's doing a good job keeping pace with Woodland Hills, with having 2 of their starters on the bench right now, and that's Amarian Newson, the big-time shot blocker, and also Jasier Vega, one of their guards, and the leading scorer for the team as well.
Well, at the free throw line, Darius Robinson now with 13 points, Dew. Leads all scorers. Make it 14 for Darius Robinson.
And right now, Woodland stays in that trap. They get a steal off that trap. And his foot's on the line.
Out of bounds there. Cruz McMillan.
And the animation coming from Eugene Wilson, the coach for Woodland Hills. I mean, I love the energy. I mean, he's hyped up. He's fired up. I mean, every play. He hasn't sat down throughout this whole game. He's sweating. He has a towel.
Yeah, you know.
He's eager.
Shades of, you mentioned Jerry Tarkanian.
Yeah. All he has to do is bite the towel now, right?
Yes, that's it.
Also want to tell fans while we take a quick break that we are scheduled to do the York Buccaneers game, the semi-pro team out of York City. That game will be, I believe, December 18th. Featuring Akil Carr, the YouTube sensation.
Yeah, YouTube sensation Akil Carr. I think at one time he was recruited by Seton Hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big time player. Also want to let the fans know that Woodland Hills is a school located outside of Pittsburgh. So it took about a 4-hour trip to make it down here to York and be a part of this tournament.
.2:16 to go here in the third quarter.
And this game's going to go down to the wire for sure.
You got a feeling it will, and the put in
and
there.
Very soon, I believe Coach Gallo is going to bring in Amari Newsom to stop up that middle, because when he's in that middle, he makes that team, Woodland Hills, change their shot in the paint. That's a bad turnover.
And right now, 18 points for Del Rios Robinson.
Yeah, and Del Rios Robinson is starting to take over a bit.
Yes, he is.
And he's starting to feel the energy from his team.
6'4" forward senior for Woodland Hills.
This is not the time that York High wants to allow Woodland Hills to go on a run. I mean,
No.
the game is very contested so far. And you don't want them to get on a run, and you want to kind of stop that. And I believe that Coach Gallo's probably going to bring in Amari Newsom to kind of change up, what's going on down low for the Woodland. For Woodland Hills.
And Woodland Hills right now with the lead, 42-37. 1:54 to go here in the third quarter.
You don't want that momentum to start swinging in Woodland Hills' favor if you're York High. That's a good pass. Miles Walker right to the bucket.
Walker drives to the bucket.
Kind of an acrobatic shot, no good. Woodland Hills is on the break. That's a travel call.
Travel call due. The York High's possession.
I want to encourage the fans to go to our YouTube feed, chat, talk about the game, keep it classy, keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
As I always say, you guys can also vote sometime in the fourth quarter who you believe that the player of the game should be. I think the referees know when they come into York High, it's going to be, the fans are animated. They're going to be right in your face, and if you make a bad call, they're going to let you know about it. So it's going to be a couple stops
and
when
right
you're playing at York High.
Right now, a stoppage in the game. Technical foul.
And there's a technical foul.
Number 24, Maury Pryor for Woodland Hills.
And he's a scrappy player. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Patrick Beverly as far as being on defense. He's all over the place. So, a guy like that, he may get, technical here and there because he's such a scrappy player. He's been playing really good perimeter defense the whole game. And that's number 24
Yeah, and it sends
for Woodland Hills.
Tucker to the free throw line. 10 points now for Joel Tucker. He hits double digits.
And the coach
Make it 11.
That's a nice shot from Joel Tucker. And the coach did take out number 24 for Woodland Hills.
Again, Maury Pryor, 6'2" senior.
He's talking to him right now, probably trying to calm him down a little bit. Definitely going to need him in the fourth quarter. Davion Leonard with the pass out to Joels Tucker. Fumbles the ball a bit. Passes out. Stolen. Woodland Hills is on the break. And they go right up. And this is where Joels is most effective at.
And the put in
Another bucket.
by Tucker.
He likes going downhill in transition. He's very good when he has the ball going in transition downhill.
Brings
Drive.
York High within one, 42-41.
And that's going to be a jump ball. And that's the thing about a jump ball. You don't want to give it up even when they blow the whistle. You want to walk away with the ball, show a little bit of authority and strength.
Yeah,
But that's going to give Woodland Hills the ball with a little less, well, around 1 minute left in the third quarter. York High breaks that press with ease, kicks out to Gonzalez, and he's fouled. Going to the line is senior, the 6-foot senior, number 5, Kamari Gonzalez.
I think the fans are just hungry to come out and see some action live. Of course,
Yeah.
last year with COVID, you see it. You saw some pictures at halftime at York Suburban. It looks like they have a full house there as York Suburban playing host to Dallastown this evening.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting because there's no, in my opinion, there's no really favorites in Division I as far as between
Will
the teams that's
Dallastown
playing.
come
So
out this year?
Kenny Johnson's also played for Dallastown
he's
this
gonna
year.
be
So
playing basketball, not wrestling this year
He's
for
a
Dallastown.
three-sport
And of course,
athlete.
The freshman phenom will be playing, Michael Stott.
Yep, Michael Scott was out there today. From what I saw online, hitting a couple threes for Dallastown. Want to keep an eye out for Northeastern's Karan Mallory, who's, in my
Karan
opinion, one of the
Mallory,
guys that's going to probably be in the talks for Player of the Year in YAIAA.
Of course, this York High Bearcat team as well is a team to contend with. Where does Southwestern fall into all this in Division I this
With
year?
Shallow Bivens from Southwestern, he's returning. Big-time leaper, 6'2". Played football as well for Southwestern. Keep an eye on him. He should be a guy that's going to have a lot of points this year in his senior year.
And the Central York Panthers, led by Coach Jeff Hope. And the put in.
Looks like there was an inadvertent buzzer going off after that play.
Some excitement down there on the scoreboard operation, huh?
Yeah. Games like this, you have to be perfect almost. You can't make any mistakes. You can't break the momentum between these two players. So, between these two teams. Got to give a lot of credit to the scoreboard, the announcers, everybody that's behind the scenes that make these games go. A lot of them are volunteers that don't get paid for what they're doing. Yeah. So, big shout out to the scorekeeper and the bookkeeper. And that's Mandy Kaiser down there doing the buttons. Her son, Toby Stokes, also played for York High.
Yep.
Right now at St. Francis, had a really good football season. Got a lot of playing time his freshman year. He's also up there with one of Central York's legends and great players, Judah Tome. Judah Tome is also at St. Francis. It looks like Coach Gallen is waiting until the fourth quarter to bring back in Amari and Newsom.
Yeah,
and I think he's going to play that whole fourth quarter.
We have 14 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A 3-point lead for Woodland Hills.
Oh, that's a good play.
Yeah.
For number 15. That's the freshman, Davion Littner.
Davion with 6 points in tonight's game.
Nice debut for the freshman. And the game's not over yet. Like I said again, he's a scorer. He can score in multiple ways.
Some substitutions taking place right now, due for Woodland Hills.
Only 8 seconds to go in this third quarter. It's going to be very crucial for York High to get a playoff. As Woodland Hills, the Wolverines are in full court press. York High had a 5-second before.
No doubt about it. You have to be aware of that. And a fight for the ball. 4 seconds, dude. Ball goes up and a steal. Woodland Hills going to put it up. Oh, off the backboard there.
That's good defense from Woodland Hills, from the Wolverines. Even though they're 4 hours away coming out of Pittsburgh, they have a pretty nice fan base here that travel to York High to watch this tournament.
And right now, Woodland Hills with a 3-point lead, 44-41. Buckle up, sports fans. The final fourth quarter is here. The final 8 minutes of action. We'll be back next Friday right here at York High as the Central York Panthers invade Bearcat Nation. Big rivalry game, and we're going to be part of it. You can tune into Sports Shooting Stars and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Again, Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. If you're interested in sponsorships, contact Dude Jones or yours truly, Todd Edwards. For sponsorships, our sponsors for tonight, well, we have 3 of them. S3 Performance Training right here out of York with John Turpak and Ron Johnson. Also, Dean's Auto Plaza out of Hanover. And if you're hungry, maybe watching the broadcast tonight, check out Parma's Pizza of Dallastown and Darren Bonaquisti. He highly recommended the pretzel stromboli that he puts to the pretzel dough.
Yeah,
Comes
without a
highly
doubt.
recommended from Darren Bonaquisti.
Yeah, and all the sponsors, they're heavily involved in sports, not just in York and Adams County, but, wherever they're at, they're always contributing and, being a part of the process and helping these, student athletes get more exposure. So we definitely appreciate all the sponsors. And we're going to have a few more sponsors this year that's going to be rolling in. 717 Hoops will be back.
Hoop Dreams, yep.
All In-House Pub and Grill
will
be one of our sponsors this year.
Tommy Houck, right?
Tommy Houck,
Yep.
Ron Houck, his family.
Yep. So we thank all our sponsors.
717 Sports Media will be one of our sponsors this year.
And if you would like to be a sponsor, again, contact Sports Shooting Stars. There are all different types of packages available, from single games to multiple games or all season packages. Sports
And we're back
Shooting
to
Stars.
action.
And we are.
And that's not what you want. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're getting a little chippy in there, but some of the game plan for the Wolverines may be to go right at Amari Newsom, because they know that he's going to jump and try to block that shot. One thing about a shot blocker, once he gets a couple blocks, they go after almost every ball.
There you go.
Because they're feeling it. It's like,
Blood
Steph,
in the water, right?
Yeah, it's like Steph Curry hitting threes. Once you hit a couple, you want to hit a couple more. So, Amari is a raw player, but he has talent. They have to work with him, of course, but he wants to stay on his feet. He's one of those guys that can just put his hands up and cause a distraction for the shot. So he needs to work on that. And as you can see, he's coming right back out the game.
Yeah, and Deontay Williams at the free throw line. This is his first shot. Deontay with 5 points tonight.
I believe Amarian has 4 fouls as well, Todd, so it's going to be very crucial for him to, stay out of foul trouble.
For our viewers that are wondering, it's 5 and out. So
Yeah.
in case maybe you're new to this game and are wondering, you get 5 of them. And once you obtain that level, you're eliminated from the game.
I can see him going back into the game maybe around the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, we have 7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. A 4-point lead for Woodland Hills.
Joshua Vega's back in the game for York High. And Joel Tucker.
15 points you mentioned.
Joel Tucker's starting to make it look easy. He has a mid-range game, and he knows how to get to the bucket. He's not a small body. And he's battling. And Tucker comes up with the rebound. He's going. He's going downhill.
There's Tucker.
That was a nice pass. It looks like Kamari Gonzalez wasn't really ready for that pass, but it was a nice pass from Joel Tucker. Right now, guarding number 2 on the perimeter.
Yeah, Chaz Cobbs with the ball matched up with Joel Tucker.
And number 2.
Third foul now on Tucker.
And number 2 for the Wolverines
Chaz Cobbs
is going to the line. They're already in the penalty, so any fouls right now that York High commits is going to send the Wolverines directly to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 or 2 shots. Right now, it's at 8-4 between the fouls between Woodland, Hills, and York High. He knocks down the first shot. And there's a lot of media here tonight, Todd. I see a lot of photographers with cameras.
Yep,
they're locked in and loaded.
We'll share some of those photos from the local papers here over the weekend as we try to profile not just the audio-visual portion, but some of the photography from the games that we broadcast from week to week, game to game.
And that's a questionable pass right there. Jasir Vega needs to step up in speed just a little bit. Like I said to you again, he's a very ball-quick type of guard, but he has to keep up his speed when he's playing. That's a good block from Jasir Vega. And that's a good outlet. Easy layup.
Vega for the easy two.
And that's a good pass from number 4, Samuel Fabrez. Sorry, don't know how to say his last name correctly. I'm going to be accurate. That's a walk. And that's a great move from Jasir Vega. He did a great job cutting off the baseline and making the Woodland player take a couple extra steps. That's textbook. When you got the guy on the sideline and he's trying to go baseline, you just cut off the baseline. He did exactly that. York High has to limit their turnovers in this half-court press.
A 2-point lead for the Wolverines.
Big
and a
bucket.
big-time three by Samuel Fabrez.
Big bucket.
His first points tonight, dude.
Exactly what they needed from the senior. He just helped out with that last assist to Jasir Vega. And putting the ball on the floor. Jasir Vega again being competitive on both sides of the ball. Love to see players get on the floor and be scrappy and go after the rock.
Yep, a 1-point lead right now for York High.
And this is going to be a slugfest. It's going to be down to the wire.
You mentioned it earlier. It could come down to the final shot, dude, the final second.
And majority of our games, as we said before, in the last 5 seasons, has been games like this. Very competitive, back and forth affair. And that's what we're seeing tonight on our season opener.
Season opener in Season 5 for Sports Shooting Stars.
Great defense. And Coach Wilson for the Wolverines calls timeout. And he's fired up.
He is.
He's been fired up all game, but he's fired up.
And it's interesting to note, too, I think the last time we were broadcasting, we were at the BK Classic in Dallastown. Temperature's a little different. Nice to be inside a climate-controlled gymnasium now for the basketball season.
It's like night and day.
No
it's like
doubt
night and
about
day.
it.
I mean, I'm okay with doing the games in August, early September. But once you get into that October, November
cold
games,
weather,
whew,
I'd rather be sweating and freezing too. And
as I always say, I'm a tropical person, man.
No doubt. I'm with you.
I need heat.
No doubt about it.
I get in trouble when I walk into my house. I turn the heat on as soon as I get in there because I need the heat.
I do too, and much different from my wife. She doesn't like the heat. I mean, I can keep the heat on in the car from start to finish in the ride. And
well, my son, he goes to sleep with the fan on and the window open. So I don't understand it.
Oh man,
I don't understand it. These kids are different.
No doubt. Back to action here.
And that's a double foul on both of them. So I believe the Wolverines will retain possession. And that's a double foul. That's going to send the Wolverines to the line, I believe.
Again, yes.
No, they're taking the ball out. My mistake.
4th foul now.
You want to keep an eye on number 2 for the Woodland Hills, Chaz Cobb. He's been very effective so far, the point guard. And he has the ball now, swings out, open 3 from the lefty.
A lot of shots there.
And the ball just kind of trickled down into Cheniers Pinckney's hand,
Chenier
number
Pinckney,
10. And that's that ball quickness that I mentioned earlier from Jacir Vega. Like I said, not a super quick guy, but a high IQ, and he's quick with the ball. He can make fast moves and get himself to the bucket, sending himself to the line.
Vega at the free throw line.
Woodland Hills clinging to a 1-point lead right now, 49-48.
I made a mistake. Amarian only has, oh, he does have 4 fouls, so he has to be very careful. And I'm pretty sure the coaches on the bench, Coach Wiener Ice, Chris Woodard, is telling him to stay on your feet and do not jump for the ball. Just keep your hands up.
In and out of the bucket on that three by Woodland Hills. Breeze with the ball to give.
And if I'm not mistaken, Todd, I believe the Wolverines have a fan bus that came down with them as well, because I see a whole crowd of people over there cheering for the Wolverines.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a nearly 4-hour drive.
You need that type of support, absolutely. And that's a good steal. Gutsy play.
And a
big time
shot,
play.
A big three.
A
18 points.
A 3 in transition for Joel Tucker. And as I said before, he works well, works best. And that's another block for Amari Newsom.
Amari Newsom.
That's 5 blocks we have recorded so far in this game. 4 in the first half.
A 3-point lead for York High with just over 4 minutes to go. Wow.
And Joel Tucker is on fire right now
with 20 points.
He's a microwave. He's heating up fast. And like I said to you again, he works well in transition. He loves it. And that's a push off. And right there, Amari Newsom had to do a good job without fouling on that play. He didn't want to foul out the game, but they need him for this remainder 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And number 3 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines is down still. He's injured. I think he caught a cramp.
It's TJ Jenkins right now being worked on by the training staff here of OSS Health with 3:45 to go. York High with a 3-point lead, 54-51. It's been everything we expected to and we had hoped for in a close contest to tip things off here on our opening season. Season 5, dude, it's hard to believe. This is where we started, remember, with football or basketball, and then the following fall, we started our first season with football.
It's been a learning process every year, every season. We add on more games, more high-profile games, football, basketball, volleyball. We're going to get into some
maybe wrestling. There's
wrestling.
I was contacted by one of the fans letting me know Dallastown and Spring Grove, big wrestling match in January 20th. It's a big rivalry meet. Maybe we'll delve into wrestling this year. You know, we did that in the fall with volleyball, girls volleyball, and expanding our base. And it's a learning experience.
Yes, it is.
Game out, and the more games we do, the better we get to.
Absolutely. And right now, York High needs a lean on the back of the super sophomore Joel Tucker. He has 18 points tonight.
No, 20.
20 points tonight.
20 points.
And 5 points back to back.
Leads all scores for Woodland Hills. Del Rios Robinson has 18 points.
And that's an elbow jumper for number 15, Davion Leitner. And that's textbook right there. He likes to shoot the ball at the elbow of the foul line. And that's in rhythm. Usually shots like that's in rhythm, they knock down.
Woo!
York High needs to do a better job hitting the boards. They hit the boards, they can secure this win.
A 2-point lead for York High. It's been a back and forth matchup. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars, and thank our sponsors tonight. S3 Performance Training with John Turpak and Ron Johnson, Dean's Auto Plaza in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and Parma's Pizza of Dallastown.
And we explained, like, the reason why we have sponsors because we like to promote their business and what they got going on, and also they help us offset some of our camera equipment, some of the merchandise that we give to the student athletes as far as player to game shirts, just.
And our huge salaries, too.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Along with Belinda, our camera operator, who is here as well. She joined us, so it's a fun night out, a busy night, busy week for all of us here with our day jobs, and we get a chance to do this in the evenings.
Yeah, so sponsorship is so crucial and it's so vital to what we got going on because it helps us get more games on TV, helps us pay all our production costs, and gets us it helps us build a program as well. And also we would like to cross promote. We like to showcase other businesses and what they got going on because lately a lot of our games have thousands of views per game.
Oh,
I mean,
we're
football, we can
just
run up 10,000 views in 24 hours.
An amazing turnout and viewership, and we thank the fans as well. We oftentimes talk about the sponsors, but the fans as well for tuning into Sports Shooting Stars.
Very important. And again, these are legacy pieces. These kids, these student athletes can keep these games and have them in their archives forever. York gets the ball past that timeline. Mario Newsom in the
big
paint.
man in the paint.
Quick
and a
turnover.
scramble for the ball,
But that's great. Even though he had a turnover, he jumped on the ball. Now it's a jump ball, and I believe York retains possession. So right there, that's still smart IQ to know, hey, I have a turnover, but I have an opportunity to put my hands on the ball and get that jump ball. York has, with 3 minutes remaining, York has to play turnover-free basketball to secure this win and advance to the championship game tomorrow
night.
That's going to be held here at York High.
The winner of this game will play CD East. And the put in, 22 points.
And that's what Davion Liner likes to do. He likes to mix it up a little bit. Right there, Amarian Newsom helped distract that shot so he couldn't knock it down. And they leave Tucker open again. Chaz Cobbs all the way to the bucket. And that's going to send Amarian Newsom out the game. That's 5 fouls.
That would be.
That's crucial.
And he kind of knows it. I mean, it seems a bit frustrated.
Hopefully somebody else can take that foul for him, huh, Todd?
Well, yeah, he's going to have to come out.
It's going to have to come out now. And after this free throw, I believe that Amarian is going to go ahead and go to the bench, and he's going to foul for tonight. 5 blocks, 6 points. Great debut. His first year playing varsity basketball for York High. And again, he's a raw talent, but he has a lot of gifts. Just imagine what kind of player Amarian is going to be within 10 games. And in it's playoff time, and it's 10 games into the season, and he's pretty much polished.
County championships, possibly. Yep. I mean, 9 points right now for number 2, Chaz Cobbs at the free throw line.
And around 1 minute, want the fans to go to the YouTube chat line and tell us who you believe the player of the game is. You can't really say that as of yet because the game is so tightly contested. But Joel Tucker is pretty much in the lead for York High. Yeah. But it has been a group effort from the York High Bearcats. Everybody's getting involved. Davion Liner, number 15, the freshman right there. He's doing a great job for York High. Put a lot of air on that ball. You want to get the ball past the timeline as they did. And that's a travel. And situations like this, there's no need to rush. There's no shot clock, right?
No,
so you don't need to have, when you grab the ball, you don't have to dribble. You just kind of pump fake, jab step, see what they give you, and go off of that. You don't have to get to the bucket. Make them make mistakes and come after you.
Woodland Hills down by 2 right now, 58-56 with just over 2 minutes to go.
This has been an up and down game, but York High has to practice patience, knowing that they're up by 2 points. And that's sending number 24, Mari Pryor, to the line. As you can see, he's sporting those Giannis's.
Yeah.
I like those sneakers, man. These kids, they have so many different colors now and so many different
And
pairs of sneakers to wear, but Giannis sneakers are probably one of the best-selling sneakers in the last 2 years for basketball shoes.
His first point tonight.
As you can see, Yurkai has on their feet team sneakers. I believe they're Adidas. Maj Walker with the ball. Looks like Yurkai's taking their time now. And one more foul is going to send Yurkai to the line for a 1-and-1. Yurkai has 10 fouls.
Woodland Hills has 7.
He's going to the line now, I'm sorry.
Freshman at the free throw line here, Dew.
Yeah, playing some really quality minutes, started the game. Been a very good contributor to Yurkai's offense and defense. Got a crucial charge somewhere in the beginning of the fourth quarter. And this is a 1-and-1. Knockdown. Very smooth. I'm going to give a shout out to all the teams that tipped off their season tonight.
Yes.
In the
Central, I think
YIAA.
they'll be playing over Manheim Township tomorrow against Allentown Central Catholic.
And he knocks down both. Cool, calm, and collective. Putting Yurkai up by 3 points right now.
3 points, Dew, with 1:53 to go here in the fourth and final quarter.
That's another one.
Jasir Vega and the put in.
That's what he does. Jasir Vega, like I said to you again, ball quick, he has quick reflexes. Great job.
13 points for Jasir Vega. Joels Tucker, 22 points, Dew.
And that's sending Darius Robinson to the line, number 12, for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
And the York High fan base here.
And that's one thing when you play at home, you have to deal with the fan base,
court advantage.
the noise, the loudness, and just that advantage.
And the fact that the fans are back in the stands here post-COVID.
I got to give Yurkai a lot of credit as well. It's been very good balanced scoring. And that's the JV team pretty much over there for Yurkai, making as much noise as you hear. And again, I'd like to give a lot of credit to Yurkai. They had balanced scoring here tonight between their guards. Give out some numbers of some of the scores.
Del Rios Robinson now with 19 points, Dew. Leads all Woodland Hills scorers.
And that's where Joels Tucker wants the ball at, right there. And again, I don't think Yurkai needs to rush it. I know they have open shots, but up 4 points.
4-point
And
lead.
in a game where both teams are going to the free throw line and stopping the clock, I don't know if you really want to shoot so much. We want to play some keep away, if you can.
Fourth foul now for number 1, Joels Tucker.
They got to understand this is situational basketball. Both teams are going to the line, and every time you go to the line, the clock stops. They got an opportunity to score 1 or 2 points very easily. So Yurkai, with having a lead, they don't want to force anything. It's not a shot clock. Take your time, secure the win, walk away with your head held high, and the win for the night. Good day for Yurkai. Woodland Hills is really struggling at the free throw line.
They are right now, down by 4.
It's loud in here tonight, Todd. And that's what other teams have to face when they come to Yurkai. It gets loud in here.
Sometimes you just let the crowd speak for us. And in that moment, the crowd is on their feet, cheering on their Bearcats.
Right now, Yurkai needs to get it past the timeline and then take their time with the next shot. Right now, run the offense.
Yeah, 3-point lead. And a steal by Woodland Hills.
And that's Chad Cobbs. And Chad Cobbs is having a great game so far, number 2 for the Woodland Hills.
Timeout, Coach
Clovis Galling as York High's clinging to a 1-point lead, 62-61 with 1:06 to go, Do.
Yeah, and both teams are going on runs. Both teams are very athletic and fast, and you can see that. That's definitely on display tonight. And, you know, York High has to keep their poise, keep their composure, and walk away with this win. I think they're putting a lot of air on the ball in the backcourt when they're doing these passes. They have to do some lookaways, some ball fakes, and see if they go for it, and then pass the ball.
But a very entertaining game so far, and we thank the fans for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you here. Opening night tip-off action here with York High and Woodland Hills. We'll be back here at Bearcat Nation next Friday as the Central York Panthers invade Bearcat Nation. Should be a great one. A tip-off, we'll go on the air at 7:15. Tip-off slated for 7:30 next Friday. And we're off and running in Season 5 here, dude.
Yeah, we got 12 games on our regular season that's on tap. If you guys want to know about our schedule, please go to Sports Shooting Stars on Facebook, on Instagram, or Twitter. It has our full, complete schedule. Should be really good matchups throughout the season.
Yeah.
Like I said, in York and Adams County, I believe the Division I crown is up for grabs.
It's up for grabs. No
Anybody
real
can go after
prohibitive
for it.
favorite could be this York High Bearcat team. Dallastown could be in the mix. The Central York Panthers. I mentioned Southwestern earlier. It's going to be interesting to see in Division I. And then you go to Division II. You have Susquehannock. You have West York. York Suburban in the mix. And then in Division III, Littlestown, Duluth Catholic, York Catholic.
Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting to see what teams emerge.
And Dallastown had a great season last year, led by Michael Dickerson.
And
had a great
Jaden
season.
Green, if you remember.
Jaden
yeah,
Green. Michael Dickerson, player of the year.
Player of the game, remember?
Co-player of the year.
And he was a player of the game when Dallastown went to Central York and defeated them.
And right now, it looks like York High is taking their time somewhat. Again, just because you have an opening doesn't mean you take it. York High needs to take their time a little bit. They're rushing it. They see an open shot, and they go for it.
51.7 seconds to York High 62, Woodland Hills 61.
Also want to stress that this is a young York High team, so they're going to need this experience. They're going to learn how to be patient. And not having Amarian Newsom in the middle is very crucial for York High. But right now, they're in man-to-man defense, and they believe they match up very well with the Woodland Hills
and Woodland
Wolverine.
Hills, you can tell, in no hurry to get the shot off here.
And that's going to send number 5 to the line. And again, you don't want to foul because both teams are in the double bonus. And right now, strategically, Coach Wilson is going to bring in number 12.
Delrius Robinson.
Delrius Robinson, who's the leading scorer for the Wolverines.
19 points. But right now, number 5, Deontay Williams at the free throw line.
And he's been getting big-time rebounds, number 12. So it's
we're tied up 62-62.
And you can see there on the left-hand side, there's a huge crowd here for the Wolverines tonight.
62-62, dude. 28 seconds to go. Fans don't go anywhere. Buckle up. It's going to be an exciting final 28 seconds. We wouldn't want it any other way, dude.
Yeah, this is what we want. This is why we do these games, and it's short. And York High right now has a chance to win this game on their home court.
And a timeout called by head coach Clovis Gallen with 20.8 seconds to go.
This is the
York
right.
High's going to think things over here.
This is the right situation for York High. They have multiple scorers on their team that can get a bucket. So right now, you know, I'm pretty sure Coach Gallen is going to call up a play, and they're going to execute it. Now, if they knock it down, that's a different story. Where they have a lot of guys that have a lot of perimeter shooters on their team. Jasir Vega.
You mentioned Jasir Vega and how
Joel
about Joel Tucker? I mean, those two players, you got to think you're going to put the ball in their hands for that final shot and possibly that game-winning shot here, dude.
And can't forget Amaj Walker. You know, he gets to the bucket. Didn't shoot too many jumpers or threes this game, but he can get to the bucket. The key thing for your Kai, you don't want to get any turnovers because, as you can see, most of this game has been a layup drill between both teams. So, you know, with a turnover, it's going to be a quick layup. So you don't want that with 20 seconds to go in the game. You want to get the final shot. Leave no seconds on the clock.
No.
And if anything, let this thing go to overtime.
The 2021 Bearcat Classic, we're part of it, dude.
And York High did a great job. Like I said, in the first quarter, they came out in zone, Zone didn't work at all. They only had 5 points. It was like 5 to 18 in the first
Yeah,
quarter.
they played that 2-3 zone, as you
They
pointed
switched
out.
it up to the man, and it became very competitive, very scrappy. York Kyle's not a zone type of team. They like to play man-to-man right up in your chest. Keep an eye on Joels Tucker. If he can get the ball going downhill.
Number 1 for York High. Number 3, the inbound passer, would appear to be Jasir Vega.
And that's what he wants. And they
And
lost
a
the ball.
steal due.
And
Woodland
another
Hills, the
loss.
ball's rolling around
The ball's
as
on
the
the
clock
floor.
continues to
And
tick.
that's a pass.
The easy put
That's
in
a
due.
good.
They're calling a timeout with 9. The clock continues to tick, due.
Yeah, they got to put about 2 more seconds on the clock. That was a big-time play. But in my opinion, Todd, the reason why that wasn't called a travel because he was on the floor. He slid, but he didn't come to a stop.
He didn't come.
If he came to a stop, I believe that would have been a travel.
And I think right now, Coach Clovis Gallen talking to one of the officials about that call.
And as you
the
can
Woodland
see,
Hills
the
fan
Wolverines.
base.
And they traveled 4 hours to celebrate.
And
But York Kyle's not ready to give up yet.
They're doing a little bit of that right now, dude.
And I believe there should be at least 2 more seconds on the clock. Amaz Walker was calling timeout. He got the timeout from the referee, but the clock went down at least a second and a half to 2 seconds.
If you're York High with Coach Clovis Gallen right now with 8 seconds to go, down by 2.
Still in a good position.
What do you dial up?
I think you're still in a good position. You want to get the ball to one of your players. You know that there's a good chance you can get fouled and go to the free throw line. Maybe you want to have the ball in the hands of your best free throw shooter.
Well, you mentioned Chaz Cobbs with that put in for Woodland Hills.
And this has been a very competitive game. Both teams match up very well with each other, and that's been shown here tonight. It's been fast-paced, up and down. Got a lot of respect for Woodland Hills Wolverines, and also for York High for battling back and being in this game.
And that rhythmic applause by the Woodland Hill fan base here.
And Joels Tucker, he had a turnover, but he has to, dead that. That happened last play. It's a whole new opportunity right now to get your team in position to tie the game up.
Here we go, sports
or
fans.
win.
The final 8 seconds. York High bringing the ball up court by the freshman. 3 seconds remain, due. And comes up short. And Woodland Hills with the big victory tonight over York High, 64-62, due.
Not the play that York High wanted, but the young freshman panicked a little bit. He had got a good look at the shot. Wasn't very clean, but he got an opportunity.
Had the opportunity, and if it went in to win this ball game for York High. But they're a young team. They're going to bounce back, dude. They'll play tomorrow right here on their home court against Williamsport.
Yeah, that was a tough game. Tough game for sure.
A tough game, but a very entertaining game from our broadcast booth, too. And,
absolutely.
I'm glad to be part of it tonight.
And some of the players are talking to each other right now, showing a lot of sportsmanship
right now
between each other. I mean, that was a hard-fought game, went down to the wire. Like I said, York High, it looked very good, in my opinion. I didn't know what to expect coming in looking at York High.
A young team, as Coach Clovis Gallen told me pregame, and they came to play. Lost by 2. Again, they'll be back here tomorrow night to take on Williamsport. This Woodland Hills team will take on CD East tomorrow.
And I got to give a lot of credit to Woodland Hills. They never gave up. That last second play where the guy dove on the ground for the steal, and before coming to a halt, he gave up the ball, and they had a guy open for a layup. I mean, that was picture-perfect defense and a great move. If it came to a stop, that would have been called a travel. But because he was still in motion and he gave the ball at the same time, which is a high IQ play, it secured the win for them.
And a fun game, and fans, we want to remind you to tune into Sports Shooting Stars. We'll be back next Friday right here at Bearcat Nation as the Bearcats take on Central York Panthers.
Yeah, and for the Bearcat Nation also, I mean, they have a lot to look forward to. They have a really good team, in the Bearcats. Didn't know what to expect, but I can see they have scorers, perimeter players, and they got a big-time shot blocker in Amarian Newsom. And should be a really good matchup. As they go in the YIAA and compete for that county
Well,
championship.
Joels Tucker led all scorers with 22 points in tonight's game. Jasir Vega for York High, well, he chipped in with 15 points today. And it was a full balanced effort here tonight. And we're winding things down here due tonight. And
yeah, we got some fans asking us and some media asking, are we filming? Are we filming here tomorrow? I mean, that wasn't in our plans, but you know,
No.
things can happen. We might pop up and do a pop-up game and do our thing. So.
But I know for sure we'll be back here next Friday at York High. And we want to remind our fans that are tuned in watching, maybe in their comfort of their own home, or if they're out and about shopping tonight, watching the broadcast, we'll be back next Friday for sure, right here with the York High and Central York.
Yeah,
which are big rivalry game.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Check out our schedule that's located on our website. On our Facebook page. And you know, it's on our Twitter. It's on our Instagram as well. We'll be back here next week. Should be a really good game. You know, shout out to York High. They did a great job tonight. You know, congratulations to Woodland Hills. They
Woodland
did
Hills
even
did
a
it.
better job, to be honest with
No
you,
doubt
by
about
winning the game. And again, that defensive play at the end. I mean, that's a gutsy play. You know, they deserve that. Any team that can have a play like that and win by 2 points in a hostile environment like this, you know, I have to give them a lot of credit.
It's a big character builder for this team,
Absolutely.
for Woodland Hills. And they'll play again tomorrow night, CD East tonight, and of course, Williamsport will take on York High.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, guys, we're going to check out here, and we'll be back sometime next week.
Okay. For Dew Jones, it's Todd Edwards. Have yourself a great night. As the
See you guys
fans have
later.
kind of invaded the broadcast booth here.
Yep, see
At
you guys
Central
later,
York.
and have
good
a great night.